welcome to Glimpse TV. I'm Kate Northrup, and I'm so excited because today I have two amazing guests, and I have Alexandra Jamieson, who wrote this amazing book, Women, Food, and Desire, Embrace Your Cravings, Make Peace with Food, and Reclaim Your Body. And then I have the beautiful Jena La Flamme, who wrote Pleasurable Weight Loss, The Secrets to Feeling Great, Losing Weight, and Loving Your Life Today. Thank you, ladies, for joining me.
Yeah.
I'm so happy you decided to come on.
Us too.
Yes. Because what happened is I took a spontaneous trip to New York, and I have read both of these incredible books and wanted to share them with you. And these ladies know each other and love each other already. And I thought, wouldn't it be fun if we did this all together at the same time? And they were up for it. And, you know, one of the things, and I'd love to hear both of your experience on this, we're going to talk about food, we're going to talk about body, but we're also going to talk about that concept of sisterhood and community. And I think that there's an idea, or there can be an idea that like women can be catty or competitive or whatever, and the sheer fact that you both said yes to come do this at the same time when you have books coming out like in the same month, I think it's just such a huge testament to the fact that we are in a new time around women supporting each other. So, you know, we'll start with Alex. Do you want to just speak on your experience around sisterhood and what that has to do with women and bodies, and then you can pick up after that then?
Yeah, well, it was a no-brainer for me to come hang out with both of you at the same time. I mean, yeah, of course. But I certainly have had a history of interactions with mean girl culture, you know, growing up, and it really kept me from being in community with women for a long time. And I didn't learn that until my late 30s, that those early childhood experiences had impacted my feelings of safety with other women. And then as I dug deeper, with help from women like you, I mean, Jen and I have known each other for like 10 years now.
That's so great.
And it's these women who were actively participating in this conversation of, how do we talk about ourselves and our bodies to ourselves? How do we talk about other women? And how harshly we judge each other as well. Like, it's all part and parcel of the same thing.
It's a really good point.
It's all the same vibe. So I'm so excited to be talking about these similar issues from our own voices. We need as many books out there like this, as many women out there talking about this as possible.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like there's any, like, no toes are being stepped on. Like, great, let's all write books about this. Let's all do it.
Totally. I look forward to the day when I have, I would say, like more of a stance on like, I've been through this. I've really like feel like I have something to share on it that I could add to the conversation. And for now, you guys are going to talk about it. So what do you have to say about sisterhood and how that affects our body image and eating and relationship with food?
Well, I think once upon a time, sisterhood was the pillar of our society in a way, where we were growing together, we were living together. There was no avoiding this sense of community and belonging with each other.
Right.
And times have really changed a lot since then. And I definitely had periods where I was very isolated from other women and trying to get ahead in the world, thinking I've got to work and achieve, and friends, I have no time for that. And that was so lonely. And how it relates to body image and food is, of course, you're going to eat yourself to comfort if you're home alone, lonely. I certainly did.
Right.
And of course you're going to feel bad about your body if you're isolated.
Right.
Simply being in the presence of other women, especially those who love their bodies, particularly those who love their bodies, automatically helps you feel better.
It's true.
About your own.
Because it's like automatic permission or automatic affirmation that it's possible, you know? Have you, as you both have, you know, had your journeys with food and with body and with cravings and desire and pleasure, have there been people, women specifically, who you've looked to who have been like, okay, she is my lighthouse to know that this is possible, or she's somebody that I kind of can adjust to know that it's even out there, what I want?
For me, it was one of my first yoga teachers that I met when I was 19, and I would see the way she would eat, and with her partner and with her child, and it was this atmosphere at the table or is this vibrantly healthy food, eaten slowly. It's just this mood of eating, and that was what I wanted to embody. So I would go over there and eat there as much as possible. And you mentioned sisterhood. The final chapter in my book is about that.
Exactly.
And it is one of the most potent strategies to see who has what you want and make friends with them.
Totally.
It's like a killer secret. I mean, we on every level, on weight, on love, on career, everywhere.
It is. It's people talk about like changing our beliefs, and I think one of the fastest ways to change our beliefs is to gather examples that prove our beliefs, the new beliefs we'd like to embody, that prove them right.
Yeah.
How about you? Have you had any kind of pinnacles or?
So many.
Yeah.
It's not one person, Jena, for sure. I mean, you're one of the people that I've always been in conversation with, or even reading your blog posts over the years that, yes, like this, yes, I just responded constantly to it. My first yoga teacher was this woman, Lilius, on the TV.
That's awesome.
At the age of 6, me and my mom doing yoga on the carpet together. Danielle Laporte, the Desire Map, when that came out, I was like, yes, like we need to be listening to ourselves over time. Erin Stutland, a new way to exercise and move in our bodies that's fun and not hurting ourselves. Like the world is I've just been exposed to an incredible array of women and men. Mark David from the Institute for Psychology of Eating. There's this new conversation, and they demonstrate, they live the example of this new way of relating to themselves and to food.
What's been
I was going to say, I think the foundation of it is loving kindness.
Yeah, that's so true.
Let's love this one,
right? Yeah,
with
love
compassion
this one and these ones.
Yeah, everyone.
And these ones.
Yeah. But so often it's just we love those, but to the neglect of this one. Let's include ourselves, our bodies, our animals, as I like to say.
I know, I love that you talk about. Can you just share that concept? Because that was a really big thing when I read about the animal in your book.
Yeah. So when we have the experience of I this, I that, I need to lose weight, I've got a problem with such and such, that I is the voice in the head that's thinking the thought of my body's not good enough, things need to change. And your body is this other part, this physical, animal, literally mammal part. We are warm-blooded furry creatures. And animals in nature, they know how to eat. It's part of the programming. Like the sisterhood is more ingrained into us than it's being conditioned out. Same thing with eating. Okay, there's very, very bad influences with the media and so much confusion around food. But I do believe there's a wisdom inside that cannot be lost. It's there. We just need to be loving and kind, respectful, listen, have the courage to listen to her. So she is, for us women, she is a female animal. So there's you and there's her. And the secret of pleasurable weight loss, or really the foundation of the philosophy, is thinking of weight loss not as a food problem, but as a relationship, as the symptom of a troubled relationship between you and your female animal that can absolutely come back together in harmony with the right attention.
Yeah. It's a pretty big shift. It really is. And when you talk about craving and desire, there is a similar flavor of that listening. So what's one of the ways that you suggest when we are having those cravings, right? Whether they're for sugar or whatever. I know you had a big journey around your cravings for meat. And do you want to just talk about cravings from your perspective and how to listen to those and why they're actually maybe not a bad thing?
Yeah, I think cravings are not the thing to fight against. They're actually your free therapy or your to-do list in life. Like your soul's to-do list are showing up as your cravings. That it's your body.
I love that. Your soul's to-do list is showing up as your cravings.
I just came up with that right now.
That was really good. We'll
I
put
was
that.
wondering, did you?
That's going to be
Tweetable.
below. Yep.
So it's funny, I just got an email this morning from a woman I worked with years ago who's now back reading an advanced copy of the book and is in one of my programs online, and she said, I sat down and I was so stressed at the end of the day. I wanted a Philly cheesesteak sandwich. And then she had to explain what that was, because I'm not from the East Coast, so I didn't know what that was. And she said, I just sat down and I said, what, why do I want this? What's going on in me right now? She said, I just took that minute that you recommend, and I sat and I just felt all the crappy things that I was trying to get away from. And I realized it was work, it was missing my mom who had just died, it was the holidays coming up, it was feeling lonely. And then she took the steps to kind of, in positive psychology we call it laddering. Like, what's the goal? What do I want? How do I want to feel? It's connected, it's relaxed and fun, playfulness. Yeah. So she came up with, I'll go see my family this weekend and play with my niece. That always makes me feel better. Right now, I'm going to make a frozen cherry smoothie with some vanilla extract in it. She just came up with these really simple things to help her feel the way she really wanted to feel. That the Philly cheesesteak was going to help her feel for a minute, but it was just a distraction from what her soul was really asking her for.
So it's kind of what is below that surface level craving.
Yeah. And sometimes what you're craving is actually what you need. My craving for meat after being a vegan for over a decade is actually what my body really needed to get my hormones back on track. So sometimes your cravings are, yes, the thing to do, and sometimes there's something else underneath it. And nobody can tell you what the answer is. Right. You're the one, maybe with help of sisters who know you or who are willing to explore it with you, they can help you find the answer.
So I bet you a lot of people, including me, are wondering, how and what do you both eat? Yeah, I would be curious to know. So we'll just start with Jena.
Well, I am staunchly omnivorous. It's a little bit of stats.
Yeah.
Which means I eat everything.
Yeah.
And I do like the rule of 90-10, which is 90% of the time really looking out for your body. I like to think of myself as my body's guardian. I'm not the controller, but I'm the caretaker. And that the body is like this innocent child that can fall prey to, sugar ads. So it's like, okay, honey, you think you want that, but sometimes the mind does know what are good guidelines for the body. So I love whole grains. I love eggs is one of my favorite things. Lots of butter. I do love whole fat dairy. Vegetables, of course. Vegetable juices. My big fruit bowl in my kitchen. My roots. Hot chocolate is definitely a favorite treat with cardamom, and I'm always putting weird spices in there, turmeric and
Cool.
Getting experimental.
Nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Everything.
Yeah, everything.
And but I prefer organic, obviously.
Yes.
Is important.
I love that idea that you are the guardian of your body as opposed to the controller. That's a very subtle, important shift. It's so much more gentle.
Yeah.
And then when I'm not eating, quote unquote, organic or this or that, what I make sure is to have no guilt and extra presence.
Yeah.
So say I'm eating a croissant, chocolate croissant. I'm like, okay, there's sugar, there's gluten, there's this, there's that. It's not organic. All right. Extra into it so that I digest it better.
Yes.
Because how you're feeling, when you're feeling better, you digest better. So if you're going to go out of the guidelines a bit, then all the more reason to really savor it.
Yeah. Cool.
Nice.
That's great. How about you?
Well, since my vegan coming out experience, I will never define how I eat ever
Love
again.
it.
Which is sometimes frustrating for people who are really curious, like, just tell me what to eat. Like, I can't tell you what to eat. Right. But I can help you do what I do, which is really just be in a daily experiment.
Yeah.
Because how I need to feel today and what I need to accomplish today may be different from yesterday or last season, or this winter I need to eat differently than I did this summer. So what do I need right now that's going to help me feel well? Yeah. And sometimes it is the chocolate and the glass of wine, faux show. But most of the time it's really good quality protein and a lot of fat for sure. Lots of veggies and lots of fruits. And as I get older, your body changes as you get older. That's just what happens. And there are certain foods I can't eat anymore to protect my own health. Yeah. Can't eat gluten. Yeah. Can't eat soy. And there are some things that I really miss, but I don't miss it that much. Yeah. Because I now know I've had enough experimenting to know how I'm going to feel if I eat that, and it's just not worth it. I'd much rather go with another option. Mm-hmm. So butter is always on the counter now. Butter's great. Chocolate's always in the house. There's really good quality stuff around. Yeah. And having as much fun with it as possible. Having an 8-year-old in the house really helps because fun is the demand of the day constantly. Yeah. How are we going to have fun with this? What can we do to make this interesting? So that really helps.
That's really great.
I actually try to channel Alex when I'm in the kitchen sometimes. Because I'm cooking, what would Alex do? And Lincoln is there.
No, it's so fun. And both of you, so lately I have not been somebody who's enjoyed cooking in my life, once in a blue moon. And over the past couple of weeks, I just cannot stop cooking. And I'm reading cookbooks for the first time in my life, and I'm so into it. And I've never been. So when you two were writing about that in your books, I read the books earlier. And I was kind of like, embracing the kitchen. I don't know if that's going to happen. But then it did. And so it's, but not on purpose. So that's kind of cool because you're both talking about that you can trust your body. You can trust your cravings. And I have been craving to cook.
Awesome.
Okay. So I get it now. Because before I was just like, I don't know, that takes a lot of time. It's so much easier to order out.
It is.
But it's really nourishing.
It is. And I find it really interesting. I just connected this as you were talking that cookbooks and romance novels are the two things keeping the publishing world afloat right now. And what do we like to read? We like porn. Yeah. We like actual porn and food porn.
I like to feel good. I like pleasure.
It's all about pleasure, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Sex and food, baby. Sex and food.
And the thing is to consciously realize we want that, to proactively make space for it and bring it in. Otherwise, if we don't, then it comes out in a compulsive way.
Yeah, which is really important to pay attention to. Yeah. So both of you have these amazing books out, and I just would like you to hold them up so people can get a visual again. I'd love to know. Okay, you can trade. I know you have some extra stuff along with the books for people, right? So we'll start with Alex. Share what you've got extra along with this book.
So I actually created a cookbook to go along with this. Awesome. And it's a 50-plus recipe cookbook called The Cravings Cure. And it's, sweet, salty, savory, creamy recipes that help put the ideas of this into action. So that's free for anyone who just wants to check it out, and then they can get this book and see what it's all about.
Yeah.
I did a bunch of interviews with people like Danielle Laporte, talking about EFT and tapping with Jess Ortner, and really diving into the subject of the book more deeply.
Great.
So those all come along when you pre-order the book.
Oh, good. And you can find out about them at
womenfoodanddesire.com.
Awesome. And what about you, Lev?
Fabulous. Well, the first step of pleasurable weight loss is pleasurable eating, which means letting go of the guilt and the shame and all the distractions and the stress and really enjoying food like you possibly never have before. Yeah. It does amazing things to your metabolism that helps with weight loss. So I've created a free pleasurable eating guide. It's a week of pleasurable eating with recipes as well. And that's at pleasurableweightloss.com. And the book is there too.
Great. Yeah. Thank you both so much. Yeah. You're amazing. And get both books. Both of them were my summer reading, and I'm really reading both of your books has had profound changes in my own life. So I'm really grateful.
Thank you. Okay, so much.
Thank you. Coming in for you. Thank you.